The next one I'm going to talk about is a film called A Real Pain. It's a small movie from Jesse Eisenberg, who is actually,
Mm-hmm.
in addition to being the star of the film alongside Kieran Culkin, is also the writer, producer, and director of this movie. This is his first directorial film that he's doing, and it premiered actually earlier this year at the Sundance Film Festival. Had a lot of positive conversation coming out for the film after that, and it got a limited theatrical release earlier this month in November. And there's a lot to talk about with the movie that I'll just quickly sort of pass over. And I just want to say, first and foremost, it's a really, really terrific film. I had pretty high expectations for it, just considering like Jesse Eisenberg, I think is just so talented. He's really good in everything I see him in. But then also Kieran Culkin, obviously, has also been really good and coming off of all the successful stuff that he did with Succession. Like, you just kind of are curious to see, like, okay, well, what's next for his career? Where's he going to go? And he does not disappoint. Kieran Culkin in particular, in A Real Pain, is the best part of it. His performance here, it's so dynamic, it's so layered, it's so thoughtful, it's painful, no pun intended. It's so much behind it because he is a really, really difficult character to pin down. Essentially, the movie is about these two cousins who go on this trip to Poland, basically to honor their late grandmother after she's passed away. And they're also doing it to connect with their Jewish heritage. And so they meet up with this tour guide and this small tour group that's going to go to these different locations in Poland to learn about it. So it's them two plus like another 4 or 5 individuals who are connecting with their Jewish heritage from all forms and walks of life and backgrounds, all sorts of things. And so you get to see their dynamic with each other as cousins who've not really been together in a while, and they're sort of repairing their relationship and addressing it on the fly in the moment, but also their dynamic with these other strangers that they're embarking on this trip on. And basically the entire time, it's really just kind of a spotlight on the different places that they are in their lives. And it really, I think it really kind of focuses on some of the pain that some people deal with family members when you grow apart from each other and you never really address it. You never really have those difficult conversations about how you might be walking 2 different paths. You still love each other. You still always want to come back towards each other and have those conversations and reconnect, but you're at different places. The Jesse Eisenberg character in this movie, he's married and he has a daughter, but Kieran Culkin's character, he doesn't really have those responsibilities. He's kind of moving through life on his own and he's kind of bouncing around from different homes. And so they're having to deal with this and navigate this on the fly. And you just get to see all of those contentious feelings come out in various ways. Sometimes they're really funny and sometimes they deal with it in humorous ways. And then other times they deal with it in really emotional ways. And it's like, wow, I actually can relate to that. I've had that type of conversation with somebody. So it's a deeply, I think, sad look at these 2 very different individuals who are family by blood, and they're trying to reconnect not only with their heritage, but also just their own relationship. And so it's all happening simultaneously at the same time. And again, Kieran Culkin is amazing. Jesse Eisenberg is amazing. His direction is incredible. The writing is impeccable. Some of the best writing I've heard in any film throughout this entire year. So I would highly recommend people check this out. It is a smaller movie, but I would not be surprised if this is a front runner for big awards come award season, especially Oscars. Like I envision Kieran Culkin's going to be nominated for an award, probably Best Supporting Actor. Depending on how they campaign him, I don't know if it's going to be lead or supporting, but I think he will be nominated for sure and has a good chance at winning, just based on what I've seen so far this year. So I would highly recommend people check this out if they haven't.
Wow. Yeah, that's I've been seeing that movie pop up here recently. But that's the first I've actually heard of anybody speak of it in terms of award contention for Kieran Culkin. So that actually makes me even more excited though to hear that high praise for that performance. So yeah, man, I've been wanting to check it out for a minute, and I know I'm gonna like it, man. I really like Jesse Eisenberg. Kieran Culkin currently remains the best Culkin sibling out of all 1,000 of them.
That's a lot of them.
There's a lot of them. So yeah, man, I can't wait to check that movie out, dude. I'm really excited to watch it.